Hi to everyone. I'm Andrea Martino, and I work as an HR in BIP and Datwave. And this is Off the Wave, a new episode of this series where we talk about Datwave in a very informal way, let's say. So, I'm here with Kevin, which is a student at the University of Barcelona, but also a member of the Celto, right? Okay. And with Matteo, which is a data engineer, but also other roles here in Datwave. So, Matteo, if you want to introduce yourself, you can go.
Hi to everyone, I'm Matteo, I'm an AI engineer. I'm also a delivery manager here in Datwave. I started 2 years ago in BP Stack, and I follow everyday generative AI and machine learning projects, basically.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Kevin. I'm student master engineering in industrial production and technological innovation, and also double degree at the Universitat Internacional de Catalunya in Barcelona. So I'm also really passionate about startup, tech industry and innovation, and I'm here today to discover more about Datwave and about what they do. So first question is for you, Matteo. I would like to know more about your role, the AI engineer. So usually your role is seen really as technical role, technical job, but I wanted to know if there are like most human challenges that you face every day. What could be stress, pressure, maybe to help people to convince about the tech?
Okay, so every day we are a tech company, so but also a consultant company. So we need to merge all these two like little words, very big word instead.
So
yeah, exactly. And from my perspective, for sure, one big challenge is understand the client needs and try to put a lens on them and understand how we can accomplish the business requirements, the business needs, the client needs through the new challenges of the AI revolution that we are facing.
Okay, and that makes me wonder if your team is made up also by non-technical role, maybe project manager, designers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, according to the how big the project is, we can rely on different people with different jobs. So, for instance, we had a very big project at the start of this year, where we had a project manager that needs to face directly with the client and understand which are the milestones and deliveries of the project. At the same time, that project manager needs also to talk with us, with maybe an AI architect, so the one who designed the solution, and understand the timings of when the solution can be actually built and delivered.
So it looks like the project manager is kind of my really important role inside your team.
Yeah, in Datwave, the project manager actually is very important. We also have project manager specifically in Datwave, but they are very technical figures because they also have to know how to apply, AI solution in a very technical way. They have to understand the technicalities of it. But more in general, in BIP, we have a different kind of project manager. Also in Mixtech, which is like the counterpart in BIP of Datwave. We have a lot of project manager that work with IT solutions. So, of course, there's always a mixture of technicalities and coordination capabilities, which is always important with this kind of role. So yeah, we have different kind of project managers, I would say.
And also maybe like in your part of BIP, so I wanted to know also how much freedom do you actually have in managing your project? Like, do you feel more like a startup or more like a business unit inside BIP?
So Datwave, it's born last year, so it is small but also very very young. I like to think that Datwave has both benefits of being a startup, but also being a startup inside a bigger company, which is big. So here in Datwave, we are very young, very dynamic also environment. So there are some situations where we need also to take some decision and talk about this decision and the responsibility with the upper management that lead.
I think you can definitely see some, startup spirit, some startup, the environment when you see the guys in Datwave work. You see that kind of passion. You also see them; they always work together. They find themselves very often right here in the offices. So you can see this kind of team spirit, which is very strong in this community. Which is very strong usually in startup.
Okay, but one question, like SB, in BIP, we know it's really a lot about digital innovation, technology. So I guess there are also other business units that they do something like you. Did you ever feel some competition for visibility, maybe project?
Yes, it is like you say, but also there is we have also the structure of BIP that it help us to address these specific issues.
Also, we try to not create roles that are too much similar inside the same company. So Datwave actually is very specialized in engineering, generally
use
cases, cloud computing, and this kind of topics. Also, it's very specialized in Google, on the Google-based technology. So this kind of partnership, this kind of line of work, you cannot find this kind of profiles in the other parts of the company. So from this point of view, I think there's not internal competition.
I think that's super relevant. And about this of Google, today, nowadays, everyone says they do AI, Google Cloud, automation. So what do you think is your extra value? I mean, what makes Datwave stand out?
The first thing that arises in my mind is that we are a consultant that tries to address many problems with using AI technologies. Nowadays we see lots of startups that use AI only on one particular issue, where we try to have a more higher vision, high field vision of how the market operates and how, and thanks also to BIP, we have seen in the past how business transforms itself. And so with that experience, we can try to, let's see in the future, let's try to see in the future what we can upgrade. Okay.
Also, Datwave, as we said, has a very strict collaboration with Google. We actually are the premium golden partner of Google here in Italy. So I think we have the Google certification that say you work with the best technologies right now on the market. So
I think this kind of partnership is very important to us because help us not only being certified by Google, but also in some cases we can try in first person new models like Veo. I don't know if you know about Veo. Veo is the new model about that creates videos and images directly, and it's very
quite impressive.
It's very impressive, and talking about this stuff with clients, you see directly how generative AI and this type of fields can change really use cases in every day.
That's just cutting edge technologies. So,
I believe this is a really strong point. And what do you think? Was a time when AI is really powerful, but also sometimes could be tricky, we can say. So there was a time when your AI, your model, failed in delivering some expected value, and you have to manage it with the client.
Okay, directly with the client, I don't think so, because we try, of course, there are very new things that we need to try and train on, but we do this training. So we see what are new papers, new models, we try them, we ourselves train on them, because there are some new things that we need to check on. And after that we try to deliver. Of course, there is no perfection in these things, and I don't know if you know the term of hallucination that could happen sometimes. But let's say that as also engineers, we try to figure those
before showing the client. Yes,
the error handling stuff. It's also important to us. So also because this solution at the end may be deployed in production environments.
Okay, so as last question, I would like to know maybe some errors and some mistakes that young candidates do when they approach this world. Maybe some good experience they could do before approaching here in university, or maybe some extracurricular.
Okay, well, I think sometimes one of the most common mistake I can think of is usually students tend to do a lot of certification, maybe a lot of courses. Sometimes they have this kind of anxiety, we could say, that to have a lot of titles, a lot of stuffs on it. And certification, of course, are important because you see them. If we see a person with a certification on CV, for us is very important because it's a kind of certificate of quality. But at the same time, knowledge is way more important. Okay. So the way students approach this kind of knowledge, a way the student learn about AI. So if he's doing it right, if he's doing the right courses at the university, if he's seeing this kind of topics in a shallow way or more in depth, So this is the most important.
Okay.
So actually, I think doing the right courses and quality. Yeah, quality over quantity, of course, and also considering more about what I'm learning, right? Not what I'm doing right now. I think this is the advice I have to say.
I agree with him. I also add that sometimes they lack some soft skills of communicating, because we have very high talented profile here in Datwave, but sometimes communication as we speak to clients but also inside teams, communication or high or some other soft skill. It's very important that.
Also, we know that you as a project manager, you are not this kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to say. Like, I know, for example, in my experience, I've been doing some different projects where usually my role was the one of the project manager. So I believe that the communicate skill is something really important, and you have to train a lot, and you can train it actually doing it. So working, contacting people, talking, negotiating. But yeah, sometimes I feel like as project manager in a team, I lack sometimes more technical skills. So I want to be better, like doing the connecting people, talking with the client, find the right solution for everyone. But at the same time, I feel like I need to find the right skill, the technical skill that make me a real extra value in the project. What do you think could be this?
I think that the timing, let's say that project manager is not a solo job, no? Because you need to communicate not only with the client but with your team. So you don't need to rely only on yourself but also to your team. So the communication in this conversation is a very important skill that you not only need to be developed with the client but also with your team to understand what are the team needs but also the technical solution.
Okay, so thank you, Matteo, thank you, Kevin. So this episode of The Wave is finished, but we will see each other to the next episode of The Wave.